Hi, I'm Lily.
And I'm Andrew. So today we're going to show you how to mark an unmarked line for freediving purposes.
Hey, what?
First thing that we want to set up on our new line is actually going to be to put a tennis ball on the new line, because that will allow us to be going down the line with a lanyard on our wrist, and the lanyard will catch on the tennis ball. It won't be able to go deeper. So whatever we set the line to, the tennis ball is going to ensure that we don't go deeper than we intend on going. So it's a very important piece of safety. What we're going to do is we're going to drill a hole on the one side, and then equally on the other side, and we're just going to drill through there. So I'll do that now. We now have the hole drilled, so we're gonna now feed the rope right through the hole that we just created. So it's good to have a nice tight hole so that that it really grips onto the rope. We're just gonna slide this up the rope until about 3 meters from the bottom. We're now 3 meters from the bottom. Now what we want to do is we want to tie a knot down at the bottom here so that the tennis ball stays in place. Just in case you ever have to take the tennis ball off, is just a simple climbing figure 8. So to do that, you loop it around like that, then you loop it around the back and drop it back through. So you see that that's an 8 there. So this knot is super easy to undo if you need to. So if I ever want to adjust my line later and take the tennis ball off, it's super easy. There we go, tie it nice and tight. So now the tennis ball, no matter what, it can't go further than the knot, so we can be rest assured when we're diving that whatever we set our line to, the tennis ball is not going to slide any deeper and make us actually do a dive deeper than we planned. Figure 8s, just like in climbing, if you're ever a climber, you know how nice and easy figure 8s come out. Okay, so let's get to taping this. So to start, I'm going to measure 1 meter from the bottom of the tennis ball, because that's where I want to get down to. And then, so I'm going to mark 5 meters to the bottom. So unfortunately this tape measure is annoying and I only have one that's 2.5 meters. So I'm just going to move 5 meters up from that. So from there, right here means that it's 2.5 meters to the bottom. I'm just going to slide that up, slide it up, there. So now that right there is 5 meters to the bottom. So 5 meters to the bottom, I'm going to put a red tape. This is just simple electrical tape. I'm going to put it on and make sure that you put it on nice and tight. If you don't put it on nice and tight, then when it goes through the carabiners, and over time, it will start to move around on you. Good. That means 5 meters to the bottom. Now we need 10 meters to the bottom, and it's going to be quite easy. All you have to do is just use this original measurement. So Lily, can you put your foot there as your base? And just loop it back and forth based on that. So I want to make sure that these are all lined up at 1 meter, 1 meter. So keep your foot on there, pull it tight. Good. Now we just have to do some quick taping and it should be perfect. Okay, so right there we have 5 meters to the bottom, and then the rope continues around this way. So this is measuring at another 5 meters. We're gonna put a blue piece of tape on this one, because it means 10 meters to the bottom. Okay. Okay, just go back here. So this one's gonna be 15 meters to the bottom, so we're gonna add together a red ring and a blue ring. Okay, that's 15 to the bottom. What you can also do is put permanent marker underneath, just in case the tape falls off, but I'm not gonna do that with this one. It's only a 30-meter line, and I always inspect it as I'm dropping it, and we've got in good visibility, so I'm not going to be bothering. Just in case if I want to remark it later or use it for something else, I don't want marker on my rope. Okay, so that means 20 meters to the bottom. So we're going to need 2 blues plus a red. That's going to be 10 plus 10 plus 5 equals 25 meters to the bottom. Make sure that you don't put the tape too close together, otherwise it's kind of hard to see sometimes. And 1 red. Okay, there we go. There's the bottom. If you set the rope to here, that means it's 5 meters to the bottom. Then on that end, there's 1 blue, which is 10, and then back on this end, there's 1 blue and a red over here, which means 15 meters to the bottom, and then back on that end there's 2 blues, which is 20 meters to the bottom, and then back over here we have 2 blues and a red, so that would mean if you set the line to here, that's 25 meters to the bottom. And then we have a little bit of rope left to tie off on the float, so that 30-meter rope effectively becomes more like a 27-meter rope. For the tennis ball, for courses that I'm teaching, I like to do a 2-meter candy cane that they can see above it. In a competition, you'd have 1 meter above the tennis ball and 1 meter below that's candy cane that you can grab on, but for teaching, I like to give them lots of notice of the bottom coming up. So I make it a 2-meter candy cane above the tennis ball. So that's all you do is just alternate between a blank space and red. One last thing that I added was just a series of black rings here, 1 meter below the tennis ball. So that's just to simulate to me that this is my tag. I'm not actually picking up a tag on this line because it's just a practice line, but I want every time to be reaching down, touching that, and that's my simulated tag. So let's recap. That's our end, which we're going to be tying to our bottom weight. Then above that, we have our simulated tag. It's not actually a tag. And then 1 meter above that, we have our tennis ball with our stopper knot, figure 8. Then we have 2 meters of candy cane. Then above that, we have our 5 meters down to the bottom mark. The 10-meter mark is the 1 blue, and as we go up, we'll see the blue and a red, which is the 15-meter mark, and there's the 20-meter mark with the 2 blues. After our 25-meter mark, we have the end of the rope, which is at about maybe 27, 28 meters because we tied off some on the bottom. We're actually using about 1 meter of this to tie off on the top of our float, which is going to be part of the next video, so stay tuned for that.